So when you first learn a language, you usually start with the concrete basics, right? Like apple, dog, house.
Right, the simple stuff.
Yeah. But to ace your grade 12 English exam today, you need way more than that. You're actually expected to navigate and describe an entire digital ecosystem.
And that vocabulary is, well, it's constantly shifting. So we are tailoring this deep dive just for you to help you ace that exam.
Exactly. We're diving into your textbook, Get Involved, specifically Unit 3, which is called Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to unpack the key vocabulary around social media, influencers, and word formation. But more importantly, we are decoding the exact strategies you need to hit that top score on your exam rubric.
And the interesting thing about this unit isn't really the concepts themselves. I mean, you already know what an influencer is, right? You grew up on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, for sure. You're already fluent in the concepts. The challenge the textbook presents is taking that, native digital slang and formatting it to actually satisfy an academic examiner.
Which is tricky. So how does the textbook break that down?
Well, it draws a really deliberate line between everyday user language and, active professional terminology.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
So a casual user just reacts, right? They change privacy settings or tag a friend or reset a password.
Yeah, just the basic maintenance we all do.
Exactly. But the influencer vocabulary shifts entirely. They initiate action. They do things like launch products, shoot a video, boost readership, or engage with followers.
It's kind of like leveling up in a video game. You go from a casual player to, the final boss. Does using those specific pro phrases actually make a noticeable difference to an examiner?
Oh, massive difference. Because that shift from consumer to producer is exactly what they're looking for in a writing task. Using active verbs proves you aren't just, summarizing your own feed.
You actually understand the professional nuance of the digital world.
Right. But demonstrating that nuance goes beyond just using whole phrases. Unit 3 focuses really heavily on the architecture of the words themselves.
The architecture? You mean like word formation?
Yes, exactly. Specifically, taking a root word and transforming it into a noun using suffixes.
Adding suffixes feels a bit like changing the file extension on a computer document.
Oh, how so?
Like, adding a suffix like mailedness or albidity changes how a word functions in a sentence. It's the exact same way. Changing a file from a .jpg to a .pdf changes how your computer reads it.
That is a highly accurate way to visualize it, actually. The unit targets endings like hevdom, hevdom, tickment, mildemis, helimis, maldanembidi.
Okay, that's a lot of endings.
It is, but they serve specific functions. The suffix dom, for example, creates a noun denoting a realm or state of being. So star becomes stardom.
Oh, okay. And equal becomes equality.
Right. And happy becomes happiness.
Wait, I have tried memorizing those spelling rules, dropping the Y and making it an I for happiness. It is an absolute nightmare.
It really is, yeah.
Staring at a list just blurs the words together for me. Isn't it overwhelming to memorize all these variations? What's the shortcut here?
Well, the teacher's notes and the evaluation rubrics are crystal clear on this hurdle. Achieving a top band 5 score in speaking or writing requires using this Unit 3 vocabulary with no or very few spelling mistakes.
Yikes. So no pressure.
Right. But staring at a list fails because it creates this massive cognitive load. Your brain is just trying to store disconnected facts. So the textbook strategy is to group words with similar suffix endings together in a notebook table.
Oh, so if you group happiness, readership, and achievement by their endings, you aren't just memorizing letters.
Exactly. You're learning the underlying structural formula.
So grouping them like that is basically creating a cheat sheet for your brain?
Yes. And to really boost your memory, you have to include the pronunciation and write out example sentences for each group. When you actively apply the word in a context-rich sentence,
it moves from short-term memory to long-term application.
You nailed it. The spelling variation actually feels logical rather than arbitrary because you understand the mechanics behind it.
And by organizing the words structurally, you reduce the panic during the actual exam. The pattern kicks in, and the correct spelling just follows.
Ultimately, mastering this word formation goes far beyond just satisfying a Band 5 examiner. It gives you the tools to critically analyze the digital spaces you interact with every single day.
Which is a space that never stops evolving, right? The textbook actually points out a wild fact. The word influencer was only officially added to the dictionary in 2019.
Wait, really? That recently?
Yeah, it wasn't even recognized academic vocabulary a few years ago, which really leaves you wondering, what piece of internet slang are you using in your group chats today that will be mandatory vocabulary in a grade 12 textbook 10 years from now?